2. Scotland in with a shout. They've got a little bit more to do than Ireland. These are the team sheets. The Scottish side, Steve McCormack making 6 positional changes to the side that lost to France. Michael Robertson again at fullback. The one new face in the lineup is Brisbane East wing Wade Liddell. Mick Nanning, Kevin Henderson, John Steele, John Duffy and Danny Brough make up the backs. Oliver Wilkes, Ben Fisher, Scott Logan in the front row, while Chris Armott, Ian Morrison and Ian Henderson make up the pack. 2 new faces on the bench in the shape of Gareth Morton and Neil Lowe. They are joined by Andrew Henderson and Paul Jackson. For Fiji, here we go, the backs, Jared Hayne, Tadalala, Wes Nakwama, the captain, Koroi, Akila Uati, who scored that brilliant hat-trick against France. The half-backs are Groom and Bradley Kwalilawa. The forwards are Divavesi, Sukanavita, Vonamataratu, Sims, Tora and Jason Bukoya. On the bench for them, Osea Sadro, Vaseli, Masile and Kaliove Naki. Well, we can cross now to our commentary team at Blue Tongue Stadium. It's Mike Stevenson and Ben Pro.
Thanks very much, Sean. An all-British semi-final qualifier could be the shock outcome tonight if the Bravehearts can emulate Ireland and book their place against the Irish by topping Group 2. Steve McCormack's men, though, as you said, it's a really tough ask for them. They need to win their second match against Fiji by 28 points to progress. It's a huge challenge for the Bravehearts after the Barty's emphatic dismissal of France in their Pool 2 opener. Remember, that French side beat Steve McCormack's men 36-18 9 days ago. Just a big crowd here in the Blue Tongue Stadium in Gosford. Wait for the national match. You mentioned Steve McCormack's changes. We'll talk about those in a moment with Steve-O. First, just waiting for the national anthems. The Scottish side ready. The bagpipes about to strike up as we wait to hear Flower of Scotland.
At Blue Tongue Central Coast Stadium.
A rousing rendition of the Scottish national anthem, Flower of Scotland. Now it is the turn of the Fijians to sing their anthem. Another rousing rendition. Well, Ireland have already done what they needed to do and booked their place in the semi-final qualifier. Scotland with a much harder task tonight, that 28-point winning margin. And Steve McCormack, the Scotland coach, has made some real changes from that side that was defeated against France.
I think the most important thing about it is the fact that he's brought in normally the hooker Ian Henderson from the New Zealand Warriors. It's a pretty smart move as well, basically to the fact that he needs a little bit more control down the middle. He knows the qualities of Ben Fisher, but it also will rest on the two halfbacks, John Duffy and Danny Brough. Danny Brough had a fine exponent of the 40-20, and I think they'll have to start turning this Fijian side around time and time again to have any chance. They are the underdogs, but they will be lifted by the fact that Ireland have pulled off a magnificent shock win.
Ian Henderson moves too loose forward because of the injury to Lee Patterson. He's gone home with a damage to the anterior cruciate ligament, so that forced really on Steve McCormack. Another problem for Duncan McGilvray. He has a stomach problem, but there are selection changes for the coach. Wasn't happy with the form of some of his players, and that's why the newcomers have come in. Leon Williamson of New Zealand, as he was against France, referees Scotland in their second match of the 2008 World Cup, and we are underway at Gosford. Fiji with the first hit up from Divar Vasey there, and Morrison immediately in there for Scotland alongside Scott Logan. The bagpipes strike up again immediately to give Scotland a lift, and they're really up for this in defence already.
Certainly are. Pretty good defence as well. They're moving as a unit. Of course, Fiji, they were so impressive against France. They never allowed the Frenchmen to get any movement whatsoever. Very quick from the play of the ball, though, of Fiji.
That was Sukan Aveta with a good run from dummy half. He's a danger man for Fiji tonight. Danny Brough waits in defence, but he's been exposed on this right-hand side, and they have an overlap. And Uarte is quick. Uarte got a hat-trick in his first match, and Uarte through the first line. It's a desperate tackle from Kevin Henderson. The ball comes free, and it's Samisi Tora who goes over.
It's a knock-on, they've blown it. They had a wonderful opportunity, and he went for glory. He really should have had the man on the inside. He should have passed, should have offloaded as well. The Scottish sliding defence was caught out very quickly indeed. Beautiful run there by Naguama. And then when he got it out to Uarte really should have looked for Jared Hayne on the inside. And when it came to the final pass, the full back just could not take it in. Well, Fiji could have been off to a dream start. Naguama, sensational break down that right-hand side.
There's the man who knocked on to spare Scotland there, Jared Hayne. An early indication of what Fiji are capable of when they put the ball through their hands. Really dangerous side. 42 points to 6 winners against France. It was such an impressive display, 7 tries to 1. That is what Scotland are up against as they try to overhaul this 28-point deficit. This is Jared Hayne in attack now to launch this latest wave for Fiji.
We made the point that Danny Brough would be a key factor if Scotland were to win this game, and we saw on that occasion he's very good with a long kick, but he cannot afford to kick it right down the throat of Jared Hayne.
This is Ashton Sims for Fiji. And just as Sukan Aveta picked up, they have a penalty awarded by Liam Williamson. Ian Morrison can't believe that decision, looks nonplussed by the verdict there of the New Zealand referee.
Well, evidently the New Zealand referee, Williamson, has made it quite clear to both coaches and the players he will not have any messing around to the play of the ball. And you could see quite clearly there Ian Morrison interfering. Steve McCormack has got to send a message out that they've got to get their sliding defence a little bit wider, because it looks like Fiji, they're going to put this ball out wide on every opportunity.
Karoi plays the ball. This is Nick Bradley Kualalawa playing at standoff today.
Forward pass.
Forward to Vanamataratu. Threatening again Fiji. Knock on the first attack, and this time it's a forward pass there from Aaron Groom.
Well, Vanamataratu, he came a little bit too early there, and that's a big error, big mistake. But it's a danger sign for the Scotland defence. They're hanging back.
It was Nick Bradley-Qualalawa with the pass. Aaron Groom shown not to be too impressed by his teammates' contribution there. Fisher, one of the changes made by McCormack, and now a powerful run, this time from Ian Morrison.
This is a great advantage that Fiji showed against the French outfit, that not only one or two comes into the tackle, you'll watch for someone coming in late. They spin him around and he makes the target into the rib area.
McNannon, another starter this evening. This is Logan. Three of them get to him, but he's got a fantastic offload away there for Ben Fisher, who is alive to the possibility, continues the movement forward for Scotland. Ian Henderson desperate for the quick play of the ball, and the Fijian defence in the shape there of Aaron Groom slowing that play of the ball down. They knew that they were struggling to get back there, and so Danny Brough hammers this penalty into touch on the far side.
Interesting to see what Steve McCormack's tactics will be. Normally he was playing a very tight forward play down the centre of the field of play, then trying to get the link between Duffy and Brough. Will we see that again?
Fisher takes the tap and immediately finds Michael Robertson, the manly flyer there, tied up well by Nick Bradley-Qualalawa. Here's Morrison. Ian Morrison takes on Bonamataratu there. Bonamataratu in the scrum cap. John Duffy. That was Ian Henderson. Now it's Danny Brough stepping. Gets through the tackle of Bonamataratu. It's not the best pass, and Scotland going backwards for a second here. Eventually it's Oate who makes the tackle alongside Aaron Groom. This is Chris Armitt for Scotland. Looking to go inside the 10-metre line on this next play. Short side play as well. Ian Henderson. And inside it could be the first try here for Scotland. Has John Steele got the ball down? Well, this could be a dream start for Steve McCormack's men.
Just check for the double move.
Leon Williamson is going to check with the video official, Stephen Clark. This could be a perfect start for the Scots. And John Steele scored a try against France. Has he got his second World Cup try?
All came about with a penalty, got them in a good position. I think he's got it down. I don't think there's any problems about this at all. Urte not the best defence, and John Steele, I think, has scored the first try of the game. He's short there. Does he get it down with the left arm? Pretty hard to see on that occasion, but the video referee looks pretty confident. Not messing around. What will be the decision? Well, we couldn't see from that angle from the touchline. We didn't get one from behind the sticks, which would perhaps make it a little bit more clearer. I think they might give this.
Here is the decision from the video referee, Steve Clark. The try is awarded to John Steele, and Scotland have the perfect start in Gosford at the Blue Tongue Stadium. John Steele's second try of the tournament after his first international try in Canberra.
And this was a major reason why Steve McCormack, the Scottish coach, has put the former hooker Ian Henderson in at loose forward. He wanted a little bit more. There's confirmation. He would have seen that in the first place. Yes, the Scottish bench, they raise their arms, and why not? Tremendous play. Pressure kick now from Danny Brough.
Really tight angle this for Danny Brough. He's curled it in. It's a fantastic kick from the touchline from the captain, leading by example. And 6 minutes gone here at the Blue Tongue Stadium, and Scotland lead by 6 points to 0. Well, we saw Ireland take a 14-0 lead against Samoa in the earlier game tonight, and Scotland with the perfect start at Gosford.
And fully deserved as well. Came about from that penalty. A very good kick right onto the right-hand side. And when they shifted it out here, as I mentioned before, Ian Henderson, that's the reason he's out there. His ball control is quite superb, and he sends in the winger, John Steele. Well, surely they must have been buoyed, Ben, by the fact that Ireland have come up with a real shock win. And they know they can do it. Okay, they've got to score a lot of points to win tonight. But what a start for them.
They've carried that momentum, that spirit into their own game here, Scotland. And of course, Ireland would be awaiting them should they emerge triumphant by 28 points here. And Ben Fisher is away again. Has support He's taken the tackle himself. He's still going, the Paul KR man.
Should have offloaded. He had Danny Brough on the inside. They could have blown it, and they have. They've come up with the error. Oliver Wilkes cannot believe it. He's blaming the man that's passing the ball. It didn't look too bad as far as I was concerned. This was a run from Fisher. The Fiji defence is all over the shop at the moment. Good tackle in the end there by Jared Hayne, it had to be. And then he just lost control. Looked with daggers at Danny Brough, saying it was a poor pass. Well, 2 golden opportunities from either side.
Great opportunity there for Oliver Wilkes as Semi Tajalala brings the ball away for Fiji. Of course, Scotland will be under pressure to keep the score clock ticking over, and that may be what was in Oliver Wilkes' mind. He's just too rushed. Just need to progress steadily, Scotland, and forget about this winning margin. Still looking for their first win in this tournament, of course. And the win against the Fijians by whatever scoreline would be a fantastic result for the Scots. The kick from Aaron Groom straight down the throat there of Michael Robertson.
Interesting to see that Fiji kicking early in the tackle count. Steve McCormack will be very happy indeed with a 6-point lead. Great defence, boy. Squeezed him. John Steele would have felt that.
Crunching tackle from Bakuya. Sims in the tackling now with Nick Bradley Kualalawa, but it's another Scotland penalty here. Nick Bradley Kualalawa is the guilty party, and Scotland with a chance now to make some good metres upfield. It's a great kick from Danny Brough, but it hasn't found touch. He was going for distance, and he hasn't put the ball out of play, and so Fiji get the possession back, and that's a terrible mistake from Danny Brough.
Well, what an error. Schoolboy stuff there from Danny Brough. He'll be pumped up, though, with a 6-point lead. He knows he was involved in a very good penalty down there, but he went for length and has not got away with it. But the defence is pretty solid.
Ilisoni Bonamataratu driven into the turf there by Ian Morrison. That was Nick Bradley Kualalawa. This is Divavesi now. It's another good tackle, this time from Scott Logan over the top. 2 props combining there, Oliver Wilkes in there as well. It's a good run this from Aaron Groom. He's a lively opponent, Aaron Groom, the Canterbury scrum half. Offload comes in, but Brough has snaffled that, has he successfully?
There's a knock-on, first one.
First knock on. First knock on.
Scotland head and feed.
Scotland
Well, they're looking to get away with that.
At least it was Brough who made the error from the kick that was the first to atone for that mistake. 3rd Fiji error, and we've only had 10.5 minutes or thereabouts.
If there's one problem perhaps with Fiji is the fact that they're penchant to be able to keep this ball alive. They definitely want to play outstanding rugby league football. We know what they're capable of, but can they do the basics right? Can they get the good, hard, solid defence?
Scotland working from the base of the scrum, and Duffy finds Michael Robertson, and Robertson is quick, he's offloaded here. Great work from Scotland as Wade Liddell goes forward. Was he tripped there? The temper's really firing up here.
Well, it was like a Cumberland throw. Listen to this crowd here. Henderson screaming at Leon Williamson, the New Zealand referee. Divavesi was the prop forward that put on the Cumberland throw. Ooh, that's dangerous play. Ooh, Liddell would have felt it, little doubt about it. Henderson says, hey, and it was on. Ashton Sims running in, trying to sort it all out. Well, they fired up, Scotland especially.
Where's
Leon Williamson has taken control of the situation. Wes Nguama, the Fiji captain, called over, along with Divavesi.
It's got to be put on report.
Okay, Wes, number 8, you've gone in, led with the leg and then the knee, and they made the tackle. Penalties against you for the leg trip. Be very careful, he's treading a very fine line. If he continues to do that, he may be going to sit down, all right? Wes, get control of him.
Get control of him as the verdict from Liam Williamson, so a let-off really for Divarvesi. Ioane Divarvesi delighted to score that try against France.
And a big let-off for Danny Brough as well. He realises he went far too much distance. Didn't take a risk on this occasion. Can they keep it alive?
Great field position this for the Bravehearts. Danny Brough finds Ian Henderson. 13 on his back tonight, as we mentioned. Usually a hooker, Ian Henderson. This is Danny Brough again.
Ian Henderson is screaming at the official, saying it was a grapple tackle. Certainly would looked over the shoulders.
8 metres short, Logan plays the ball. This is Danny Brough, good ball as well. It's Oliver Wilkes who's trapped 5 metres away from his own from the Fiji line, I should say. Brough. Good ball to Robertson. Can he get away, Michael Robertson? Only needs an inch. Michael Robertson so fast. Ian Henderson working to the short side, and on the tackle, the power play, Scotland, possibly the wrong option.
Well, when you've got the quality of John Duffy out there, and especially Danny Brough, utilising the short kick into the in-goal area, raises the arm. Ian Henderson knows he went for that power play, and it was not a good option. Bit of a problem. It looks like Aaron Groom, right shoulder.
That would be a big blow for Fiji if he were to depart the man of the match in that 42-60 feet of France.
Boy, the Scottish side, they are really fired up. They look a little bit stunned, this Fiji.
Crunching tackle from Chris Armitt, and that's Ian Morrison with a follow-up, aided by Mick Nan in there. Fiji still in their own 10-metre line, but within their own 10-metre line, but Divarvesi manages to retain possession, but it's scrappy from Fiji. We saw some silky handling against the French. This Scottish pressure is causing 1 or 2 errors among the Fiji.
Well, the coach, Joe Dakitoga, has made it quite clear to everybody that they came to this World Cup. They wanted to impress, they wanted to show their skills, but they've got to do a little bit hard work in the forwards, and especially in their defensive line. Before they can start doing that, it just showed that they try to keep the ball alive even in their own quarter. Whoa.
It's John Steele. It's a massive hit there from Bonamatarato, I should say. Oh, and then Chris Armitt has surrendered the ball, and Bonamatarato now has possession offensively for Fiji. He'll play the ball just short of the 40-metre line. Bradley Kualalawa gets it on to Semi Tajalala. Super League viewers know all about Semi Tajalala. Bradford, former Wakefield man, of course. This is Savanya Karoi.
Fiji, they seem to be losing their shape. That's what they need, just to settle things down. Divarvesi, big prop forward.
Handled well there by Ian Morrison. Nick Bradley Kualalawa. This is Jared Hayne. The danger man that Jared Hayne, really do need to close him down. 2006 NRL Rookie of the Year, the Fiji fullback. Here is Wes Naguama, the Fiji captain. Last one coming up for the Batty. Jared Hayne just drills that kick into touch. Sensible play from the fullback.
Smart play indeed. He knows that he just wants to calm things down. They're a little bit shell-shocked, conceding a try early. And what a night it'll be for the fullback Jared Hayne.
Bonamatarato on screen there, taking his place in this scrum. Tajalala, the only survivor from the 2000 World Cup. Each has one among them tonight who played in that tournament. Semi Tajalala for Fiji and Scott Logan in the Scotland side. This is Mick Nannin, meanwhile.
And then again you see the Fiji style, gang tackles straight in. Nothing that Nannin could do about that. Can Morrison take him through? It's good effort.
It was Semesi Tora who clung to his legs there, preventing further progress. And Ian Henderson.
He's done it again. They can't utilise this trip. Not standing square, but it looked to me as though he's going for the shoulder. And not surprisingly, Leon Williamson, the official, said, hey, come on. There are ways to tackle.
Just hold up, don't say anything yet.
Ashton Sims has been invited for a conversation.
Just bring him in here, thanks, mate. Where's? What he's doing is when I'm making a decision, he's getting in there, he's starting to give me a goal for it. I don't need any assent. It's not going to help you by him coming and gobbing off about something that's not in his control. I need you to control your condition. You're talking to me, mate, all right? Go back and join your team, you've had a warning. Right, Les?
The referee say dissent was the problem from Ashton Sims, and maybe a sign that this Scotland defence is getting to one or two of the Fijian players.
Well, you can see there that they're flying the bodies across.
Hold up. Come on, work with us, that's good, that's good.
With Buku UI that tried to do the shoulder charge.
Wilkes played the ball. This is his front row partner Scott Logan. It's a great offload as well from Mick Nanning. Nanning, two of them get to him. Nick Bradley Kualalawa, one of those.
Good running there by...
Looking for the offload.
Good running. This is where the likes of Danny Brough has to take control.
Fisher skips into dummy half there. Duffy's pass. Great delay from Danny Brough. Didn't come off though because Kevin Henderson couldn't take the pass in. Frustration from the Scottish captain.
It's going to be interesting to see who gets head and feet here. It's going to be Fiji. Well, if that's the case, why didn't he play on? He said it's the second one. They had the opportunity. This is the first knock on. Deemed to have lost it, and he did. Kevin Henderson. And the second knock on, so no advantage either way. Head and feed. Just lost control to the centre.
Hold up, Sigurdsson. Lock in.
Shot of two of the three Henderson brothers there. Ian and Kevin. Andrew still to join the action from the bench.
Well, that was milked. The experience there of Semi Tajilala absolutely milked that from the referee. And they got away with it, and boy, do they need it. Because they were under the cosh. Tremendous start by Scotland.
A relieving penalty for Fiji, and Nick Bradley Kualalawa puts that ball at a sensible distance into touch, and he does find touch, unlike Danny Brough a few minutes ago. Here's Divar Vesey now, taken down by Morris, and Wilkes in there as well. 5 metres short of halfway, Fiji. Sukunaveta. Now it's Bonamataratu over halfway. Ian Henderson in there alongside Wilkes. Ben Fisher as well. Samisi Tora is tackled. Again, it's Oliver Wilkes with some good work. He's getting through a lot of effort early on. Ashton Sims. More metres forward. Ian Morrison with the tackle. It's a great run out of dummy half from Sukunaveta.
Great work from the hooker. Short blind side.
Nick Bradley Kualalawa with a grubber. He's going to turn Michael Robertson around. He can't get out to the in-goal area. And so Scotland will be forced to drop out. Sensible play from the Manly fullback.
Pretty good build-up as well by Fiji, realising that they want to keep possession and as long as they can. Great work from the hooker though, wasn't it? Sukunaveta, pretty sharp as well. Good job that Fisher got there in time. Beautiful little chip through. Robertson made sure, didn't like the push at the end.
Drop out finds Jared Hayne on halfway. Divar Vesey to charge it back. Met well by Ian Henderson. Nanning completed the tackle. This time it's Oliver Wilkes in defence for Scotland, that time on Karoi. Bradley Kualalawa. Bonamataratu. Inching closer, Fiji. Sukunaveta finds Aaron Groom, seems to be okay after that injury. It's Ashton Sims, I think, who's going to be put down here, taking a huge effort to bring him to the ground. In fact, it was the fullback Jared Hayne. This is Aaron Groom.
Oh, that was a high shot. And Oliver Wilkes did not miss with that one.
Come on, don't come on, there's no reason to.
Well, he likes to chat, this New Zealand referee, Leon Williamson. Whoa, shocker. Oliver Wilkes.
Just keep him down, Liz.
just taps the little fella, Aaron Groom, and says, sorry, mate.
Wait, what are you doing? Tap, let me get in position. Can't take it on here.
Looks on in absolute amazement.
Where
So
you
he
go,
nearly
good
took my head off.
Fiji don't wish to go for 2 points. They're going to try and hunt the 4. 6 or so metres away from the Scotland line. Nick Bradley-Kualalawa. Aaron Groom now working across the line, brings in his captain, Wes Nguama. Big hit from Scott Logan. Plenty of tackles still to see out though here. Divar Vesi was the hooker. This is
Great defence by Scotland. They're not being sucked into the man with playing the football. They're hanging back. They go in one-on-one mark. Indo has gone for the line.
Sukunaveta short of the line. Desperate defence from Ian Morrison. It's going to be a dart over from 1 metre away. And the first try for Fiji. Well, will it be awarded? Leon Williamson is going to hand this one on. I think it was Karoi, Sevenaya Karoi for Fiji. He was only 2 metres out. Has he plunged over successfully here?
It doesn't look all that confident. Ooh, was that short? This is going to be a difficult one. He gets pretty close. No try. It's short, and he's losing it, so that's a knock-on, and he knows it. The body language virtually said it all.
The facial expression as well from that replay.
I think Karoi will not be awarded this. They're hoping on the Fijian bench.
I think the question is about the restart, so it looks like Karoi has been denied that try. The players forming a scrum.
Just wait.
They know, and so does Karoi, that he was short. There was not a confident look on his face.
Leon Williamson just advising the players that the video referee's decision has to reach the screen.
It's coming down, that's all. It's a bit slow. We've got to wait for the restart from the video.
Everyone's waiting for the scrum to form. The try is denied.
Well, it's spot on, isn't he, the official? Did you hear him say it takes a while? They're very slow in this World Cup. Sometimes it takes an age before we're given the decision one way or the other.
Come on, quicker,
This is Ian Henderson. It's Kevin Henderson, I beg his pardon. Taken by Aaron Groom. And that's John Steele, the Scottish try scorer, drilled into the ground there by Semesi Tora. Steve McCormack making changes. Paul Jackson, his first taste of the action tonight. Neil Lowe also on for the bench for the Bravehearts. Semi Tajalala and broken play is dangerous. Duffy gets to him and the substitute Jackson.
Unusual kick there from Danny Brough. Thought on this left-hand side he'd go for a short one, long down into the corner. Decided to do the cross kick.
Bukuya plays the ball just short of halfway. Divar Vesi goes over that halfway line, but met by the 2 substitutes there, Jackson and Lowe for Scotland. Sukunaveta. This is Ashton Sims. Kevin Henderson with the tackle alongside Wade Liddell there. Bono Mataratu charges in again. Chris Armitt over the top for Scotland. Last one coming up for Fiji. Jared Haynes' pass isn't the best. Finds Tora. The kick comes in eventually from the Nguama under pressure.
Wasted effort. No pressure applied to Wade Liddell. And it's tough times for Joe Dakitoga.
The ex-Sheffield man, the Fiji coach Joe Dakitoga, you saw there, represented his country between 1992 and 96. John Steele plays the ball. Probing run this time, coming in from Wade Liddell.
This is the sort of play that'll be pleasing the coach Steve McCormack. They're doing all the basics right. Fisher goes for the kick. And again, not the best.
Drifted over to that Fijian left-hand side and returned with interest here. Jared Hayne is dangerous with ball in hand. He showed that with those 2 tries. against France. Hayne plays the ball, they've got to quick play the ball, and they've got a quick man in possession again as well. Uarte. Groom now. Bradley Kualalawa. Touched by John Duffy. Semi Tajalala will know it's the zero tackle here. Gets the ball away though, and Aaron Groom has space in which to work. It was Macaulay on his shoulder, the substitute. Ashton Sims, Jared Hayne. This is ominous for Scotland. Almost into the last quarter of an hour of this first half. Sukunaveta gets the ball away this time from Macaulay.
Great defence there from Danny Brough. Went right down onto the ankles.
Divavesi, Groom. This is Bradley Kualalawa. Gets the ball away as well. It's Karoy. And Karoy's got the ball further wide to Semi Tajalala. And Semi Tajalala scores for Fiji. The former Wakefield man, the Bradford star. He has Fiji on the board in this game. They work the ball to the left-hand side, and Tajalala too quick in the corner.
Beautiful work by the fullback Jared Hayne. Got them into a good position. And as soon as he got up to play the ball, there was all sorts of problems in their defence. You see how one are coming out, then they're hanging back. Good play by Bradley Kualalawa, and then the offload from the centre, and Semi Tajalala gets the Fijian side the try that they were looking for. Just committed himself out wide there, and soon as Liddell came in, it was an open passage. Nice step. Robertson couldn't do anything about that, and this is what it means. This is World Cup time. They celebrate great, these fellas.
Well, don't think that is Semi Tajalala, but the winger, he already World Cup pedigree, of course, faced Russia and Australia in the 2000 competition, but missed the clash with England. Well, Scotland wished that he'd missed the clash with them tonight already. The anthem begins to ring around the Blue Tongue Stadium.
It's an amazing country, Ben. I've been to Fiji so many times, and their ability to sing is unbelievable.
Wes Nguama, 7 goals in his first World Cup match of 2008 against France. A difficult chance over on that far side into blazing floodlight as well, and he's pulled that wide, and so Scotland have a 2-point lead at Gosford, still ahead by 6 points to 4.
Just watch the Scottish defence. Some are coming, some are hanging back. You can see there that Ian Henderson, McNannon had already committed himself. Liddell had nothing else to do but to come in and try to stop the centre, who offloaded to this fella Tajalala. Prolific try scorer. The one thing you do get with these Fijians, they are entertaining. They're not frightened to keep this ball alive any part of the field. They'll take the risks.
Semesi Tora will play the ball. The Scottish line is a good one though, and Karoy tackled well by Ian Morrison. This is Ashton Sims now. Again, there's 3 in there for Scotland initially. We've worked from Paul Jackson upstairs alongside Chris Armitt. Untidy pass, and the knock-on results, and that Scottish pressure again has forced an error from Fiji.
It's come straight down in front of them.
Scotland have possession in this scrum, 22 or so metres away from the Fiji line.
And that's the sort of thing that they try to do all the time, and Macaulay just made a right meal of it. Right problem. Golden opportunity now for Scotland.
Hold up, come on. Come on.
Taking the time.
Michael Robertson in possession for the Scots. Run around with John Duffy. They're going backwards though, Scotland. It's a great tackle there from Karoy.
Read it well, didn't he, the big centre.
Here is Morrison. Charges into Sukunaveta's tackle. Fisher, John Duffy now. Ian Henderson looking for the support. Had a moment to offload it then before Sukunarveta got to him. Fisher, Danny Brough. Untidy ball again, on the bounce finds Kevin Henderson, immediately wrapped up by two. Uarte is there, and it's the captain Nguama who completes the tackle. Appreciated by the Fiji fans in this stadium. Chris Armitt now offloaded the ball, and it took an alert Ben Fisher there to retain possession for the Bravehearts. Neil Lowe ships the ball left to Danny Brough, his captain. It's a raking kick. They've managed to pat it back, but Fiji have got it. Fiji have possession there in the shape of Bakuya. That was an important challenge to win.
Well, they went through a lot of dangerous period there. Not the best there. No one attempted to try to defuse. Bounce could have gone anywhere. Bakuya came up with it.
Strong Fiji support echoes around the Blue Tongue Stadium. They're over halfway here. Critical phase in the match. Looking to go up a gear here, I think, the Fijians. Jared Haynes' kick is a good one. Will it stand up in the in-goal area? No, just too strong. So Scotland will restart on the 20-metre line.
Fiji have settled down slightly. They were pretty shocked with the opening gambit from Scotland when they scored. John Steele went over for that try. Such an important player, this Aaron Groom. Control things against the French. Man of the match. Took a knock early in this game. He seems to have shrugged it off. It was a shoulder injury. Just didn't hold up in the in-goal area. They'll be quite happy with that, though. They try to keep Scotland now penned down in their own quarter, and that's good defence.
McNannon inching away from his own line. Was Bradley Kualalawa and Divar Vasey who got to him. Kevin Henderson. Gareth Morton preparing to come on for Steve McCormack's side. Lowe plays the ball, untidy play the ball, and a knock on. Took his eye off the ball there, the substitute Neil Lowe. That could be expensive for Scotland.
First of all, don't touch me.
Not happy, the man with the whistle. One of the players has touched him.
Thanks, mate. I'll have Hendo out for thanks.
Danny Brough this time invited to select a teammate. I think it was Ian Henderson.
First of all, Danny will do Hendo. Hendo, I don't need you like I've warned Fiji down there. Don't come running in and argue with me about the decision I've made, mate.
I don't want to get penalised. Look at the knees in.
No problems, mate. You go back and join your team. I don't need you coming out, mate. Danny, I need you to take control of your team, mate, all right? Your guys jumped forward, he's lost the ball. Plain and simple.
Ian Henderson trying to make a point about the knees in the tackle there from Fiji.
Come on now, let's restart play. Let's start again. Go in there.
Well, they paid the price of trying to be too smart and pushing the man away instead of getting on and doing the job that they paid to do.
That's a lot better. No, you've tried to
Neil Lowe made his international debut 9 years ago in a 36-16 defeat of Wales. That was at Partick Thistle. Do his teammates any favours there, and that's handed possession to Fiji. Nick Bradley Kualalawa's pass hands possession back, though. It was an ambitious ball, and Scotland swoop on it immediately in the shape of John Steele.
Well, they're becoming their own worst enemy, aren't they, Fiji? Only on the first tackle after they'd had a scrum win. To throw away possession like that. Joe Dakitoga, the coach, is in the next. He's next to us, and I'm telling you what, he is banging the roof. He's not happy with that at all.
Probing runs from Fisher and Ian Henderson, but Scotland forced back.
Ooh, could have been. He's got him for the flop. Oh, he's got to put a knock on.
It's Chris Armitt who surrendered the possession.
Well, Neil Lowe has thrown the ball away. Well, he's warned them. Keep your mouth shut. There you can see Ashton Sims has got claret rolling down the ear. He'll have to have that tidied up. But watch this. Look at 17 there, Tora. If that wasn't a flop, what is?
Steve McCormack upset about one or two decisions in that France opener.
It amazes me. Why on earth do players continually backchat to the man with the whistle? You're never going to change his mind. You're never going to convince him any other way. And as the game progresses, he'll get fed up with you and may even give you a stint in the sin bin.
Take the ball off the field.
A game that started so well for Scotland has gone in Fiji's favour a little bit since they've had the majority of the possession.
Been pretty impressed with the defence of Scotland at certain times. Just only on a couple of occasions out wide on that right-hand side. I think that's the major reason why Steve McCormack's taken McNannon off.
Makalai plays the ball. That was Sukarnoveta, and now Divarvesi. Neil Lowe with the tackle. In fact, it was Wasele. It was Bukuya who tried to get the ball away. Fiji, the trademark is to throw this ball around, and that could be where Scotland could profit.
And the way that they play, it's as though it's like a game in a little park down the road. They're so relaxed.
Move! Quickly, man!
Wasele plays the ball. Aaron Groom working with Jared Hayne. Hayne is dangerous. There's 3 in there for Scotland. Good work from Danny Brough.
Now to keep a good eye on Jared Hayne as well.
Aaron Groom. Banana kick from Groom.
Too long. Oh, it's taken over.
Well, Michael Robertson has caught that on the full in his in-goal
Just in
area,
time.
so they will not restart on the 20-metre line.
Not happy with it. Kick from Groom, far too long.
Ian Henderson leads the charge for the Scots.
Oh, it's on. It's on. The two loose forwards. They are going hammer and tongue.
Ian Henderson and Jason Bukuya in back play there. Ashton Sims has a word or two as well, and everyone is in there. There is no shortage of passion at the Blue Tongue Stadium.
Say that again, Ben. Ian Henderson, he's been non-stop. Bukuya, he said, I'm not having any of this. Here, cop this. And he did. I think he made his mark as well.
First drinking man.
See how he pushed, plays the ball, and then goes for him, swings. And oh, not many handbags in there. There's contact.
Okay. I think they're going to sit out.
I think both of them will go over 10 minutes in the sin bin for all this.
Yep. Yep.
Loose forwards will have clashed in the NRL as well.
Yep.
Bukuya for Cronulla, Ian Henderson for the New Zealand Warriors.
And
it's Stephen Clark, the video official, just briefing the referee,
number
Liam
13,
Williamson.
Jason.
He will call out both loose forwards.
Just listen to what I've got to say. Well, you've thrown the first punch in the altercation. You've come up, you've actually had to kick at him first and then got up and thrown a punch. Penalty's going against you. Now's the time for you to take control of your team. If you don't, I'm going to deal with it in another man. I've spoken to you twice now. It's not good enough. We're here to play football. All right? Go and join your team.
Boy, he's a lucky fella.
Danny, be very careful what you say. Be very careful what you say. Same goes for you, Hendo. Be careful what you say. I don't know, the penalty's going against them, but what I don't need you doing is reacting to it. You're always going to get the penalty. There's no need for you to go in and start throwing punches. Now, this is the second time I've also spoken to you, Danny. I said the same to the captain over there, and I'm saying the same to you. You take control of your team, or I'm going to deal with them in another manner. All right? It's your final warning. Hey, mate, you've had... Let's move on, all right? You've got the penalty. Move on.
Ian Henderson advised to walk away.
Look at the lump on his head. Boy, he pushed him to one side. Then it was a push. Well, I think he's got it wrong. To me, it appeared to me as though Ian Henderson threw the first. Either way, Scotland be quite happy with it. And you can see a huge lump on the head of the loose forward Ian Henderson. Whoa, I'm enjoying this. I'm not so sure he is. Look at that. That's been boiling for more than 2 minutes, that egg.
Jackson played that ball. This is Neil Lowe, and Scotland trying to channel that aggression now in these last 5 minutes. Ahead by 2. 28 points, of course, the winning margin. This is John Steele, the winning margin they require, I should say, to top the group and set up that totally unexpected semi-final qualifier against Ireland, who performed so heroically earlier tonight. And Ian Henderson is pushed over the sideline.
Well, I'm surprised that Henderson tried to go down that very shallow blind side. They really needed to keep possession of the football. I keep mentioning it, but when you've got such a talented kicker like Danny Brough, that should have been sent right into midfield. Pretty high attempt. Didn't like it, but had he lost it, either way, the judge had the flag up.
No wins in the 2000 World Cup competition for Scotland. They just want a victory tonight. Get them off and running in World Cup competition. Gareth Morton with a tackle there alongside fellow substitute Paul Jackson. And Jared Hayne in there again for Fiji. Inside the last 4 minutes of this first half. Tight contest at the Blue Tongue Stadium.
Well, it's certainly been a tough encounter. And it's a knock-on. Good work by the Scottish defence. Ashton Sims. Boy, there's some sledging going on out there.
Paul Jackson congratulating Mick Nannin there on his determination to force the mistake from Fiji. Scotland's side are really pumped up for this.
Okay, quickly get in, come on.
As is Ashton Sims, he's
That's a better set.
one or two words to say throughout this match.
He's got a hard job on his hands as this referee, Williamson. There's some bad blood building out there. It's non-stop chatter.
Scotland find themselves inside the Fiji half. Chris Army, run on the second tackle. Ben Fisher waits. That's Neil Lowe spinning. A moment for the offload. It's a great tackle though from Bradley Kualalawa that locked up the ball. Fisher, Brough, now it's Duffy. Tajalala slips. This could be interesting for Scotland. Nick Nannin's managed to get the ball away. That was some great silky handling on that Scottish right-hand side.
Nearly took advantage there. Tajalala slipped.
Here is Brough. Paul Jackson. This would give Scotland real heart going into the second half. They can get over again. This
In
is the
goal
last
area.
one now. Danny Brough. Rubber
Too
kick.
strong.
Too strong. Well, it looked for a moment as if Uarte was going to field that. Pulled away at the last moment. Disappointing end. Danny Brough knows it. It's a great position there for Scotland.
Well, I don't know what the coach Steve McCormack has been giving these boys, but raw meat, I think. They are well and truly up for it. Just a touch too strong. Took the gamble there, did Uarte.
Speaking to the Scotland coach Steve McCormack yesterday, he's very aware of the physical threat posed by the Fiji side, and Scotland really have fronted up in that department in this first 38 and a half minutes.
Good work.
Oh, again.
Macaulay knocks on. Scotland have a gilt-edged chance here to cross again before the break. Danny Brough knows the urgency of this. Kevin Henderson now. It's Divock Vesey who's flat out. John Duffy picks up on the bounce.
Didn't look well, the prop forward, Divock Vesey.
In fact, it's the hooker,
It's hooker, is it?
Sukunavita.
Ball down. Ball down, tackle two.
Sukunavita really went in low into the tackle, and the hooker felt it. Just went in awkward. Couldn't get the head out the way. Not the best way to execute the tackle. The head right into the ribcage. Whew. Kevin Henderson, yeah.
Was the guilty party there.
Well, this is where Scotland really have to just set up for a planned move. Only seconds of this first half remaining, and what the first 40 minutes we've had. We've had everything.
John Duffy plays the ball. Fisher finds Paul Jackson. Inside the last minute of this first half, Scotland, they're going to score. They need to do it quickly. Fisher. This time for Neil Lowe. Low is tackled by 3 Fijians there, led by Sukanaveta, who suffered that injury a few moments ago. Danny Bruff's kick off the outside of the foot. It's going to hold up in the in-goal area. There's 2 chasing it. Ian Henderson is 1. Again, it's going to be handed on by Liam Williamson. There were 2 in there to claim the try. It doesn't matter who it is for Scotland, as long as the 4 points is awarded. This could be a massive decision in the last 30 seconds of this first half.
Beautiful kick there from Danny Bruff. They're all onside. Or his number... Oh, I think it's Chris Harmit. Now then, is he just in front? No, it's Ian Henderson. Now the full-back, Michael Robertson, is going through there. I think it's Robertson that gets a hand to it first. This will be a try if he can get the hands on it. It's a try, all right. It's a try, okay. But was Ian Henderson, who is involved in this movement, is he in front? I've little doubt that the grounding is okay from Robertson. He gets his hand on it. This will be given. What a boost! With only seconds of this first half remaining, Danny Bruff has come up with an absolute belter of a kick. And Robertson and Ian Henderson, they celebrate, but I think Robertson will be given the nod. This will be a TRY.
Has Michael Robertson, who got 3 tries for Manly in that grand final win over Melbourne, scored a crucial try here. We wait. This is a massive decision. The try is awarded to Michael Robertson, and Scotland will go into half-time, possibly with a 12-4 lead. They needed that second try to maintain momentum, and now Michael Robertson goes over for a crucial 4-pointer.
It just shows you if you come up with the error, and that's what they did. It bounced all over the place. It nearly was a case of too many cooks spoil the broth. Scottish broth at that. Great work there by the Manly fullback, Michael Robertson. And he celebrates with Ian Henderson. And he won't mind Ian Henderson with that big lump on his head, because this surely should turn it into 12. And he does.
Danny Bruff from right in front of the posts converts that try, and Scotland, who need to win this, remember, by 28 points. At the break at the Blue Tongue Stadium, lead by 12 points to 4. They have plenty to do in this second half, but it's all going well so far. At half-time, Steve McCormack's men lead by 12 points to 4.
Tasty, isn't it? Celtic nations are leading the way this morning. Ireland have beaten Samoa, and Scotland are leading Fiji at half-time by 12 points to 4. Gutsy performance from them. They lead an awful lot more in the second half, though. We'll be back next. So it's half-time at the Blue Tongue Stadium on Central Coast, where Scotland are getting the better of Fiji. They lead by 12 points to 4, thanks to 2 converted tries. John Steele with his second for Scotland. Michael Robinson of Manly with his first, and Semi Tadalala with the 1 Fijian try. Well, Ireland are already through to that semi-final qualifier thanks to their win against Samoa this morning. Scotland need a little more. They need to win by 28 points. And Martin, Fiji, like Samoa, struggling to find any rhythm this morning against these Celtic sides. Why do you think?
A lot of these sides, these specific sides, have come out and then played well early on, but they're turning around in about 4 or 5 days and having to back up that same effort. And I think we didn't expect so much from Fiji against France, and they, over-excelled themselves. And today, 5 or so days later, they're in another tough encounter against the Scottish side, and they don't seem to be able to get into their stride. And I think it's because of the short length of time that sides, have to turn their efforts around. And I think the Ireland team will be sitting back watching this game now, thinking, we can take on these boys.
Yeah.
If Scotland have still got a job to do to get those 28 points. So, Fiji, even though not playing particularly well, are still sitting in the box seats, and Ireland will be thinking, whichever side, they'll be ready for it. And especially if the Fijians have to back up again, I think that they could be struggling.
And Scotland have been typically gutsy. Ian Henderson typifying that, Paul. And there was a Fiji no try, followed by some good work from the loose forward.
Yeah, Samisi Tora tried to push that pass on the back of a great break from the Fijians. But Ian Henderson playing superbly well at lock forward, at loose forward, puts in a great ball. Here's the no try now from Savania. Karoy did everything right apart from put the ball down, burst through 2 tackles and put it down 1.5 inches short, and it's not good enough at this level in the World Cup. Here's the great break. Look at the footwork, jump, skip step from Jared Hayne. That was superb. Repeats it again, pushes off one, makes a beautiful break and allows Nick Bradley Kilawara just to skip across, put the ball back through to Karoy. 2 men in the tackle, one-handed offload, and Semi Tadulala left foot step back inside, and that was a great score for the Fijians.
We see Michael Robertson's try. Scotland came back. They absorbed a lot of pressure from the Fijians. The Fijians struggled to get into their rhythm, but they still show glimpses of the football that they played against France. But they're nothing like the side that played against France. And as I said before, I think that is because of the short turnaround in time.
I mean, no doubt, the looser the game, the better it is for the Fijians. But do they lack the organisation to really live with the better sides in this competition, do you think?
I think they do. Wherever Jared Hayne goes in offence, in attack, that's where the ball's going to go. So, the 6 and 7 from Groom and Bradley Kilawara, you're not necessarily looking at those guys for being the main man. You're looking to find out wherever Jared Hayne comes in. They're quite easy to read in that aspect. And again, Martin's absolutely right. They're struggling to turn around in a short space of time. The majority of the Pacific Islanders, it's all anaerobic capacity and very little aerobic capacity. Vis-a-vis they can lift the cow, but they can't catch it. It's all power and no endurance. So if Scotland keep the ball off them, they can cause them all sorts of problems.
Well, Scotland leading by 8 points at half-time. They need to win by 28. Well, they'll be ruining those 3 late tries conceded against France, won't they? But they're doing the business so far. Fiji need a little more of this. They are rattled. Second half coming up. Live Champions League coming up tonight. Celtic against Manchester United is at 7:30 on Sky Sports 2 and HD2. That's channel 409. Arsenal Fenerbahce is at 7:30 on Sky Sports Extra and HD3. That's channel 450, where you can see a further 6 matches via that red button. It's half time on the Central Coast. Change of music, change of pace. Scotland leading Fiji by 12 points to 4 and thoroughly deserving that 8-point lead. They lead by 8 points. They need to win by 28 points. So to say the job is half done is something of an understatement. But we can see the mood in the respective changing rooms. This is the crowd. The Fijians a little bit subdued, you'd have to say, after that magnificent display against France. They've not been given the room to play their free-flowing flair rugby, have Fiji. They've only won 1 match in their 2 World Cup appearances to date. Once they won in 1995 and once in 2000. They've obviously beaten France here, and they need to do nothing more, really, than win this match. If Scotland can win it by 28 points, then they would certainly upset the odds. But it's Scotland who are leading by 12 points to 4 at half-time. John Steele with his 2nd try in as many weeks, his 2nd try for Scotland. Michael Robertson, the guy who scored a hat-trick in the NRL Grand Final. Michael Robertson has scored his 1st try for Scotland. It has been tasty. And for Fiji, just the 1 try for Semi Tadulala. Well, it's time for the second half. And have Scotland got it in them to score 20 more points in this second half and keep Fiji out? We'll have the thoughts of Mike Stevenson. I don't know whether he thinks they can do it, Mike. We'll hear from him and our match commentator, Ben Pro, now.
That's right, John. Scotland have 8 points of the 28 they require to top Pool 2 and set up a semi-final qualifier clash with Ireland, who enjoyed their finest hour earlier tonight. Whatever the margin, any Scotland victory would break new ground in the World Cup as they seek a first win in the tournament, and those loyal fans who followed the team out here to the Blue Tongue Stadium in Gosford, desperate to see a victory. But if they could see a victory by 28 points, Steve, what an upset that would be.
Certainly would be, and that is the man, Danny Brough. He has got to take control, and what a selection by Steve McCormack. Ian Henderson He's never stopped talking, he's never stopped working hard, and if they can get off to a flyer, anything could happen.
Ben Fisher there, waiting for this second half to begin. Well, Martin Offiah touched on the point of the rest that the relative teams have had. 9 days rest for Scotland and 3 for Fiji, and that could really tell in these later stages of the match.
I think you're right, Ben, and perhaps in many ways it is unfair. Fiji, they look very fit against the French. Will it just take the edge off them? Scotland, of course, they've had more time to prepare, but it's got to be basic football from Scotland. They have not got to try to just keep this ball alive, play to a very set pattern, and then midway through the second half, then they've got to test their arm. They know they've got to get points on the board.
Ian Henderson's pass, and then Paul Jackson manages to propel the ball towards Danny Brough, and Danny Brough tackled by a couple of...
Got to be a penalty. He shouted held, and he just continued on.
It was Ben Fisher.
Now, did he not hear the referee? Well, he looks somewhat bemused. Now, Danny Brough gets the ball away, and Fisher runs away with it there. And he shouted held, as though Danny Brough, well, he's confused.
What are you doing?
Well, his nickname in the Scotland team, Ben Fisher, is Nemo. Well, he was certainly found out there. And this is Sarja in response for the Fijians. Inside 20 metres, away from that Scottish line. A Fijian try in these early stages would really negate the momentum that Scotland had with that second try just before half-time from Michael Robertson. Here is Sukanaveta. Aaron Groom, a danger man for the Fijians. Inside 5 metres now. 3 in tackle for Scotland. Good work from Gareth Morton particularly. Giving a bit of room here to Nick Bradley Kualalawa. Eventually he was closed down by Paul Jackson. That was Wasele. They're inching closer. Are they over the line here, Fiji? Well, they're over the line. Can they get the ball down?
I think he has.
Incredible effort, this. An incredible effort. It's Bukuya, the loose forward, I think.
Well, that was amazing. Why did Scotland try to take him over the longest margin, over the dead in goal line? Why didn't they go onto the touchline side? Well, this is amazing. Cannot believe it. He went very, very close. There's no chance of him getting the ball down there. And then they drag him to him, and it just pops down. Does he get it down? Yes, it's try time. Well, that is amazing. They've taken the wrong option there, I can assure you. Why didn't they come the short side? This is going to be a try. Well, that is an amazing effort. They look to have no control whatsoever.
I got an opinion down here, Ataki.
The perfect start, the perfect end, I should say, to the first half of Scotland, but a nightmare start to this second period could be about to be confirmed by the video referee, Stephen Clark.
I think he's got it down. Well, this will be an amazing mistake from Scotland. They had the numbers there. They had the numbers.
Jason Bukuya, the Fijian dignitaries, the ex-players there watching this. This would bring the Fijians with a converted try to within 2 points of Scotland. Here is the decision of Stephen Clark. The try is awarded to Jason Bukuya. Applause from the Fijians watching on. A terrible start to this second period for Scotland, and just as it looked like they're away at the end of that first period, the try from Bukuya gets Fiji possibly back to within 2 points here.
Well, Liddell came out of his line early, and that just gave him a sniff at getting over the line. He'd gone out there, Liddell got back eventually to try to get underneath him, but why on earth did they try to pull him all the way when it's a shorter distance to the right-hand side, and they have paid the price. Are they happy? Oh, yes, they are.
Delight among the Fijian spectators. Bukuya has his first try of the 2008 World Cup. The Cronulla man, native of Brisbane but has a Fijian father, Jason Bukuya. And Nguama unsuccessful with his first attempt. The captain now bidding to pull his side to within 2 points of Scotland. It's not an easy angle, as you see. This would really provide a fillip for the Fijians if this goes over. It's a fantastic kick, and Scotland pay the ultimate price. Some hesitancy in the in-goal area from the Bravehearts, and Fiji have capitalised to the maximum effect. The try from Bukuya, the conversion from Nguama, and Steve McCormack can only watch on helplessly as his side suffer the first blow in this second period.
Well, you could see there that the winger Liddell came out very, very quickly. Got the opportunity, but what about the conversion? The skipper, Nguama, has put them within 2 points.
This game in the melting pot again. Semi Tajalala, the first Fijian try scorer in that first half. Touch of cramp perhaps there for Bukuya, the try scorer. Here is Uarte. They can't afford to give him an inch of space. Aki Uarte has big raps, as they say in these parts, from the Johns brothers.
This guy really has impressed me, Ashton Sims. Worked overtime.
Nick Bradley Kualalawa's kick. It's a good kick as well. It will hold up in the in-goal area. There's work for for Wade Liddell, I should say, to do. He's just managed to complete that work, and that was great effort there from Liddell to get back into the field of play. Otherwise, Fiji would have had possession again from the dropout.
Certainly did well, but they were very slow to get someone there into the dummy half position. Got to be careful, Fiji, now. They don't go, quite a few of them going very high in the tackle. And Liddell getting through a heap of work.
Scotland desperate to carry this ball away from the danger area. Danny Brough. And if he can get it into the 40, well, he's got it straight down the throat, in fact, of Jared Hayne, and that is an extremely difficult thing to do.
Well, he tried to catch him on the hop there. Danny Brough kicked early, didn't wait until he was the last. Got the boot away on that fourth tackle, trying to catch out the full-back, but he's far too good, I'm afraid, Jared Hayne.
I think I meant a dangerous thing to do, because he's lightning fast when in possession from broken play, Jared Hayne. Fiji solid in possession. Rosalie, that was.
Ooh, big hit.
That's on Sadra. Good work from Paul Jackson there for the Scots.
Knock on.
Possibly from Sukanaveta, not picked up. And Groome's kick, well, they pulled it back in the end. It's Sukanaveta who knocked on. So Scotland have possession once more.
Big error. At a time when it looked like Fiji were trying to control it. You could see that Aaron Groome, the halfback, was quick to get the kick away, but it was spotted by Liam Williamson, the New Zealand referee. A little bit of patience now from... Oh, no!
Scott Logan, one of the most experienced members of this side, has offloaded the ball in heavy traffic, and now Sadra has it back for Fiji. Gilt-edged opportunity for Scotland to put pressure on Fiji, and it's going to go the other way now because the Bharti are attacking the Scots. Great offload there from Ashton Sims. They've coughed the ball up, but it's gone backwards, has it? Samisi Tora has it.
Well, they'll play the first knock on.
Let off for the Bravehearts. Let off particularly for Scott Logan, who forced the pass when it really wasn't on.
And again, they're having a good old natter to each other. Good work by Ashton Sims to offload, but the halfback couldn't take it in.
Actually represented Australian schoolboys, Ashton Sims, back in 2002. Jared Hayne, incidentally, played for the Kangaroos.
The big question is can Fiji keep up the momentum? Can they keep up the pace? Remember, they've only had 3 days rest. Oh, great defence.
Scotland with 9 days to recuperate after their loss to France. Good ball from Michael Robertson, that was. Kevin Henderson. There's the ball for Ian Henderson. Big collision there. Scott Logan emerges with possession for Scotland. Last one though for Steve McCormack's side, and Danny Brough with a little chip over the top. Was that the right option? But it almost bounced away there from Karoy. In the end though, he's got possession back. They have to try these things, I suppose, Scotland. They have to break down this Fiji defence. They could pay here. Duarte looking ominous in possession now for Fiji again.
They've got to start chasing the points, and that's the reason why Danny Brough did the little chip over the top. In normal circumstances, it would have kicked into the corner.
Paul McGregor in the background there, one of the assistant coaches in this Fiji side. Semisi Tora. Jared Hayne-Waite. Brings in Nick Bradley-Kualalawa. Good tackle around the legs though from John Duffy. Inching forward Fiji again. Sukanaveta works away, he's trying to kick ahead, he's kicked on again, and Sukanaveta almost scored. Great work from Wade Liddell. It had to be, that was absolutely crucial intervention from Wade Liddell.
What play by the hooker, Sukanaveta. Super stop. Skills aplenty, and Wade Liddell, that was outstanding. Liddell said, I'm going to get there first, and he just does. Oh, he's worked overtime as Liddell.
The Brisbane East player in the Queensland Cup competition. Crucial coming to Scotland's rescue there. Great work from the vice-captain though. Drop out taken by Scotland.
They know as the seconds are ticking away, Scotland, that they've got to get points on the board. They've got to try to get this possession back. And as the game progresses, perhaps the heads may just go down when they realise that they perhaps can't get that point. It's a good break there by Sadra.
Sadra almost offloaded as well. This is Aaron Groom. Scotland kicked to one of the fastest men on the field there to set up this attack. Inuarte. And now Fiji have a penalty.
Not only a penalty, Ben, it's just the fact that Fiji have upped the tempo.
2 points, gentlemen.
Obviously, Joe Dakitoga, the coach, has got the message out and says to him, we will play the ball quicker, we'll run from dummy half. We've already seen that from the hooker, Sukanaveta. More work from Aaron Groom as well. Nice step. An interference there by Henderson. Well, we anticipated that Fiji would start a tire, but I just get the impression that Scotland may be running out of steam also.
Ian Henderson been in constant dialogue with the referee tonight and come off worse with most of the decisions. And Fiji electing to go for the 2 points and tie this game up at 12 points apiece.
Well, he knows he has the strength, even if he misses it, that they will get the ball back. But they want the 2. They don't want the dropout.
The captain then, Wes Naguama, only 1 success from 2 so far. It's a straightforward kick though, and no problem. The flags go up, and we are all square at the Blue Tongue Stadium. Scotland 12, Fiji 12. It's the Fiji supporters who are happy. They've started better in this second half, but it's Scotland, remember. Not only do they want the win, they need a 28-point winning margin if they are to advance to that semi-final qualifier.
Well,
that magnificent Irish display earlier tonight.
I'm not so sure that they will carve them up, but it is a drink for the strong people. Quite potent. And can Fiji be as potent in the final minutes? That's a good kick and chase, so good defence from Scotland.
Great chase from the Scots in the shape there of Gareth Morton.
Oh, and a knock
on.
on.
Knock on as well. That's a great defensive effort, and look at the congratulations that are going through the Scotland side.
Well, Wesley claims to the official, he said it hit my leg. Ooh, I think it was dragged out as well. I think they may have, and he shows his absolute disgust.
Come on, Fiji.
Jole Wesley. Great chance now for Scotland.
Ian Henderson from the base of the scrum. Still with possession, Ian Henderson. The New Zealand Warriors hooker turned raider on that occasion. Ben Fisher. Good ball, Danny Brough over the top. That could have been a nightmare because It was Uwate who was sniffing the chance, one of the fastest players on this pitch tonight. Aki Uwate. Fisher. Back for Kevin Henderson, spins away from one. Was Tora. Fisher finds Armit this time, and Chris Armit trying to take the fight to the Fijians. 4 metres away from that Fiji line. Scotland, are they to take the lead again? Fisher, Danny Brough has support, takes the tackle himself, now offloads for Ian Henderson, who comes back the other way.
Oh, it's a bad
Terrible pass from Ian Henderson, wasn't on the same wavelength.
Wanted a forward pass to start with. Scotland feed.
Fortuitous decision there, goes in Scotland's favour, and the Fijians in this crowd not happy at all with that decision.
Uwate, did that go forward? No, he had the opportunity. He's very fast indeed. Aquila Uwate hasn't had many opportunities tonight. Can they handle the pressure?
Another great chance for Scotland. Danny Brough finds Mick Nannin. Nannin, a real handful to put to the ground. 3 of them achieve that in the end for Fiji. Ben Fisher waits. Nannin crawls forward, plays the ball.
Scotland know they've got to get points quickly.
Here's Fisher, working to that shorter side. Kevin Henderson.
Good defence, you saw the Fijians there out on that right-hand side. They were going man-for-man marking.
Fisher, deeper. Going very deep again, Scotland. Danny Brough has surrendered possession. Yeah, Fiji confirmed as offside by Leon Williamson.
Quick tap, get on with it.
To exert more pressure.
Well, you can expect more from Scotland. They've got to keep it alive, they know that. Steve McCormack will get the message out, say, come on, fellas, don't mess around. We are still in with a chance. There's plenty of time to go.
To borrow a phrase from you, Steve-O, Scotland turning a tourniquet here. Applying the pressure. Oliver Wilkes.
No error.
Ben Fisher knows that. Looks to his left. Deeper pass again, finds John Duffy. This now is Chris Armit. Looking to offload, he's offloaded. Well, that could be dangerous. Ben Fisher just about hangs on to possession under massive pressure there from Aaron Groom. Brough. Now it's Duffy, short ball. The offload, brilliant offload as well from Logan. That could be the key to this Scotland move. Here is John Steele. Big hit there on Logan. Still managing.
Oh, what an effort there.
And Brough has surrendered possession. It's come up for Fiji. Scotland have to expand the play. They have to pass the ball. They have to seek out the opportunities. But the Fiji defence is up to it.
Got to be careful now.
Is the sucker punch about to be applied by the Fijians? Nguama. The Fijians in this crowd chanting their team on to another try.
Great defence from both sides. So I must say, the official has allowed them to just roll all over the top. It's been extremely messy at the play the ball area.
Fascinating battle. Scotland yet to win a World Cup match, of course. Nick Bradley Kualalawa's kick turns Michael Robertson around, but he's quick and launches the counter. Big hit there from Karoi.
Well, he's handled that position, hasn't he, in the centre. They had to bring him in at the late moment, and Karoi has really worked hard. I thought perhaps Fiji are missing the fact that Aliputi Noile, he was a start against France, and again, look at the officials, the players talking to the official non-stop.
Ian Henderson's kick.
It's a poor one.
Jared Hayne had seen where that was going to go. He's positioned himself brilliantly. The Scotland chase is good though, and Nannin leads that as there's a problem for John Steele. Limping heavily there. The try scorer, the first try scorer I should say, in Canberra on Sunday, John Steele. Is he about to make an early departure from the action tonight? Here is Tajalala now.
All it'll take is one missed tackle. They need possession, Scotland.
Patience from Fiji. Semesi Torre now. The latest trundle upfield. Aaron Groom. Uarte.
Oh, what a hit!
That was
Scott Logan.
great
Boom.
there from Logan. They can't afford to let Uarte get away. Aaron Groom goes to the air.
Oh!
Pressure there on Robertson, and he spilled it. This is a disaster for Scotland. It's a try for Fiji. Michael Robertson didn't seem to be that they had applied any pressure at all.
Macaulay has scored, I feel.
Macaulay has the try, surely for Fiji. Disaster for Michael Robertson.
He never seemed to make any attempt for it. Now then, are they offside? Does it come from this left-hand side? There's the official telling them to stand back. And I think that Macaulay has come from way out wide. This will probably be given. The official, Liam Williamson, told most of the Fijians on the left-hand side, this could be a crucial decision.
Jone Macaulay. We await the verdict of Stephen Clark, tonight's video referee.
Sorry?
May have put his side in front for the first time.
Yes.
Well, as I say, the Fiji coach, Joe Dakitoga, is right at the side of us in our commentary position, and he is biting his nails.
Thanks, mate.
And it's no try. This must be a penalty for offside. And it is. Scotland get off the hook.
10 metres.
Former rugby union player Jone Macaulay. It looked like he'd got a try for all money there.
No ball.
A let off for Scotland, and how can they use that now as we approach the last quarter of this match? Let off 2 for Michael Robertson there.
He can't believe it that he made a real meal of it. It was a shocking attempt by Robertson. And as we go very close to going into the final quarter, Danny Brough knows they have got to gamble. Spinning in the tackle. They've worked so hard of Scotland tonight. They were the underdogs.
28 points Scotland required as a winning margin when this game began. They need 28 points now in just a quarter of the time. But any victory at all would be history for the Bravehearts. Their first World Cup win. They're not going to get it like that.
Scott Logan. He's furious with himself, and they know it.
Scott Logan with the knock-on. As it stands, they are third in the group, Scotland, and they will play Samoa.
Well, any normal side, you'd probably say that they just play percentage rugby league football, just carve it up down the middle, get a good kick and chase away, but this is Fiji. They never seem to want to play anything other than keep the ball alive.
They scored some spectacular tries against France, particularly in the later stages. Are we going to see a repeat of that against the Bravehearts, who conceded a couple of late tries themselves to France in their opening fixture? Here is Sarja.
And that's come back to haunt them, hasn't it?
Aaron Groom, Divavesi, Morrison in there alongside Scott Logan.
Fair play, Fiji are playing that percentage style of rugby league. Go for the kick.
It's a huge kick as well, and Robertson spills it again. He spilled it the right way this time, but they've still got work to do to get into the field of play again. That was brilliant work there from Gareth Morton. He knew he had to get back over that goal line.
And full credit there to Michael Robertson. He knew he made an error again, but he was quick and alert to make sure that he got the ball. And it was good play, wasn't it, by Morton, to make sure he got back in time. but can they get to the halfway line? Can they come up with something different? Look for a little chip over the top from Danny Brough, perhaps. Oh, some of the defence has been brutal from both sides. Henderson felt that.
Tora and Bradley Kualalawa, who teamed up then for Fiji. Kick under pressure, straight down the throat of Uarte. And Uarte's going to go on the outside. This is the pace. This is the speed from Uarte. He's through 2. It takes 3 to bring him down. Just a glimpse of the electric pace there of Aki Uarte. Makalai now. Denied that try a few moments ago. This is Bradley Kualalawa. Maybe Fiji can sense something here. Scotland trying to play the ball down. It's dangerous with this referee. We've seen infringements given for that already. Sukuna Veta with a probing run.
Impressed me as this hooker. Sukuna Veta. He's been everywhere.
Aaron Groom back this time for Nakwai. One of the substitutes for Fiji tonight. This is Michael Robertson in offence this time, looking to show what he can do with ball in hand. Morrison now. Another solid hit this time from Divarvesi, backed up by Tora. Fisher finds Brough. This is Scott Logan. Foregone for Scotland, and the kick comes in. That's out on the full. Danny Brough looks rueful on his haunches there. The captain. Or has this bounced to the right? No.
No, way over. It came off the side of the boots. And I think the little wry smile says it all, that the time is going to beat them as the seconds tick away. This game has had everything tonight. A good old stout. Oh, plenty of claret on Joe.
That may be the moment that Scotland finally accept that 28 winning margin is beyond them. But that their first World Cup win is very much in the balance. Certainly got their first World Cup point if things stay the same. Oliver Wilkes played the ball. This is Ben Fisher.
Well, they're not throwing the towel in. They're trying the damnedest, aren't they? Oh, look at that from Scott Logan. Comes to daddy, bang, straight down to the ground. Oh, that's an error. That is a knock-on, just when Scotland needed something.
Kevin Henderson it was, giving possession back to Fiji.
Well, he's been extremely patient, hasn't he, Leon Williamson, the New Zealand referee?
Back in there, Scott's back in there.
His ears must be ringing around him. It has been non-stop throughout this game. And I think he's just shaking his head. Ashton Sims looks as though he's going to come back out.
Come on, Darren, get in there.
Claret dripping down.
Oliver Wilkes may be on the way to the blood bin before too long. But Fiji menacing in possession. Tajalala does well to come inside from the touchline. Has he done enough? No, he's over the sideline. Great defence from Scotland.
They will not give in, will they? It's been a wonderful effort. Liddell again coming to the rescue, coming out on the inside. Nowhere for Tajalala to go. Perhaps Tajalala said, why did you give me it in the first place?
A Scotland win tonight would leave all 3 teams in Pool 2 on 2 points, and
Come on, Fiji.
the places in that group then defined by points difference. Here is Nanny for the Bravehearts.
There are some very tired players out there from both sides.
Come on, quickly hold.
Ian Henderson scampers away. Great work from Jared Hayne over the top. Semesi Tora downstairs.
They've got to try something different. Chip over, maybe miss out a couple of men. Perhaps a little run around, do something that may just confuse the Fiji defence, which, to be fair to them, has been pretty solid throughout.
Logan hit by Sukuna Veta heavily there. This is Brough, scampers away from one. This is Morrison now. taken down by Groom. Nick Bradley Kualalawa there as well. Inside 15 minutes to go at the Blue Tongue Stadium. Great ball from Danny Brough. Ian Henderson with a kick. They're going to try and trap Duarte in the in-goal area, but he's too fast for that.
Great player. We saw earlier his skills sidestepping, but he read the game ever so well there. Duarte knew that the kick was coming to them. Good work from Jared Hayne.
It was a quick play, the ball from Nguama. Fiji fancy themselves for a try here. Problem though for Jared Hayne.
Boy, it's been a bruiser, hasn't it?
Joe Dakitoga watching on. Locked up at 12 points apiece, and a knock on. The pressure of the scoreline, the pressure of the occasion. They'll certainly be getting to Steve McCormack there alongside Dave Rotherham, his assistant. It certainly got to the Fijians there, and Karoy knocks on.
You can see it on the faces that this has been one heck of a game, one huge battle. Got to Ashton Sims. He should have taken that though. Karoy should have had that ball. Oh, they've gone for the intercept and they've come off with it. Good tackle on Kevin Henderson by the winger.
Duffy got the ball away for Ian Henderson. In fact, it was Robertson, I beg his pardon, and now Wilkes has lost the ball. This is where Fiji is so dangerous from broken play. Dangerous tackle is the verdict as Ian Morrison gets the ball thrown at his head there. There's an urgency among the Fijians now.
And you can see Wes Nguama just saying, hey, come on, let's just calm it down. Bradley Kualalawa, good kick, penalty. Will they drive? You can see Danny Brough, hands in between. Came over the horizontal, no option but to give that penalty.
Mackay felt that. This is Aaron Groom. And now Karoy.
Well, whatever happens in regards to the World Cup for Scotland, they have really given it everything. Steve McCormack, the coach, must be very proud because this has been a wonderful effort tonight.
Ashton Sims plays the ball. Aaron Groom. Are they going to be denied at the last here? Scotland. Karoy looked for Tadulala on the outside, couldn't release the pass. Great defence from Steele and Danny Brough. Tadulala ships it in field this time. 5 metres away, Fiji. Bradley Kualalawa. Sukanaveta. Aaron Groom with an intelligent kick there. It's spilled once by Kevin Henderson. He's work to do. Jared Hayne immediately on there. And so Fiji getting a drop out.
Good work there by the little halfback Aaron Groom. Put the kick straight through. Apply the pressure.
Don't kick the ball!
It was weighted exceptionally well. Good work from Kevin Henderson. Okay, he didn't get it first time. And Jared Hayne, who's had a pretty important match tonight.
Well, we started the evening with Samoa favourites to beat Ireland, Fiji favourites to beat Scotland. The Irish have done their bit, and Scotland are holding the Fijians here at the Blue Tongue Stadium.
And they know they're just playing for the victory now. It'll be some consolation. They know that progress in this World Cup is finished. Can the Scottish finish with a victory at least?
Remember, it would be a maiden victory in the World Cup for the Scots. This is Divar Vesi though for Fiji. Sukanaveta's pass. It was looking for Wasele. Went forward.
You know, at times you get the impression, Ben, that Fiji are going to be fined if they keep hold of the ball too long. It's just like basketball at times. Keep it alive, it doesn't matter. Flip it here, inside, outside. They're wonderful to watch, and that just shows you how brave Scotland have been.
And I call the Bravehearts, and they've certainly earned that tag tonight, Scotland. But Fiji throwing the ball around, well, we saw it pay dividends against France, not so tonight, and that has to be partly due to some great defence from the Scottish.
And what about the handoff there by Divivasi? It was unbelievable. He's a big, strong boy. Here's the number 8 prop forward.
This is Morrison.
Oh, that looked high.
Big hit from Sims.
He's put himself about, hasn't he, Ashton Sims?
Duffy for Ian Henderson. Spinning is Kevin Henderson. Taken down by Uarte. Ian Henderson again. Punishing defence again from Fiji. That time it was Andrew Henderson. That was Armit. Back for Duffy this time with a kick. Jared Hayne inevitably is there for Fiji. And Jared Hayne through the first line. This could be explosive. Jared Hayne still going. Important tackle there from Michael Robertson.
Got a marvellous style, hasn't he? So relaxed. He looks as though he's not moving, but he is.
Wasele now for Fiji. The Fijians it is who are chanting in this blue-tongue crowd. Bradley Kualalawa manages to offload the ball, and Semi Tajulala is in at the corner, surely. Scotland could be denied here at the Blue-Tongue Stadium. Second try for Semi Tajulala, delight on the Fiji bench, and is that the blow that will maintain Scotland's record of never winning a World Cup match? Semi Tajulala, a double tonight.
And it all came about by wonderful play by Jared Hayne. He is such a well-balanced player. Absolutely superb. Great work by Nick Bradley Kualalawa. And Semi Tajulala, try number 2 tonight. Squeezes into the corner. It's all over, they know it. I think that Scotland will be despondent over this. They are delighted. They have entertained so much to this World Cup crowd. Absolutely sensational.
In 2000, Sean McRae's side so unlucky to lose 17-16 to the New Zealand Maori. And it's a late blow that means that Fiji lead by 16 points to 12 with the kick to come in Gosford. As it stands, Scotland would finish bottom of the group. They would play Samoa in Penrith on Sunday, and 1 or 2 disconsolate Scots behind those posts as the kick is lined up by the Fijian captain Wes de Guama. They will play Ireland for the right to reach the semi-final. Nguama from the touchline, he will lead the troops against the Irish. Difficult kick again. Takes his time. The time is all against Scotland, of course. It looked a magnificent kick, but he's pulled it just wide of that right-hand post. So 4 points remains the difference. All thoughts of that 28-point winning margin vanish completely now. But have Scotland got enough in this last 7 minutes to win the match and register their first victory in a World Cup competition?
Wonderful finish. Made sure there was no doubt about it. Points to the skies. Fiji, the surprise packet.
The pain there inflicted by a former Wakefield man, Semi Tajulala, and a current Wakefield player in Danny Brook, the Scottish captain.
And they're not going to give in. They know they've still got time. Good run from Ben Fisher.
Andrew Henderson quickly out of dummy half. This is Oliver Wilkes now. Nick Bradley Kualalawa, no stranger to the Super League himself, of course, with Harlequins and the Broncos. Morrison Great step from Ian Morrison. Bradley Kualalawa with a good tackle though. Andrew Henderson waits.
Oh, he dropped that. Got away with it.
Danny Brough arrowed into John Duffy. Duffy manages to offload for Ben Fisher. This is Ian Henderson now. Ian Henderson still going forward. Got through the tackle of Wesele. Masuka Alveta who brought him to the ground. Danny Brough with a grubber kick. No pressure though. Tajalala gets possession, but he was offside. And so Scotland and Steve McCormack have a chance in this last 5 minutes. Are they going to record?
They can still snatch it, and they know it as well, and it'll be fully deserved. It will be some consolation.
This would be a magnificent achievement for Scotland to beat this Fijian side that looks so impressive against the French in their opening fixture. Fisher, short pass. Andrew Henderson denied, 2 metres away. They have tackles in the bank though, Scotland. Fisher to this near side. It's Oliver Wilkes. Oliver Wilkes is over for Scotland, surely. Steve McCormack is going to have to endure the torture of another video referee decision. But Oliver Wilkes looked to have got over there. Is this the try that ties things up with the kick to come? Dramatic late stages here at the Blue Tongue Stadium in Gosford.
Well, it's nothing short of what they deserve. They have really powered through. Has he got it down? He looks short there. Has he got it over the line? Or has he lost control of it? Where's the ball? That's what we've got to find out. There it is, popped up. Is it short? Is it on the line? It's very difficult to see. Surely they're going to give him benefit of the doubt here. They'll slow it down. He looks short there. Have they spun him over? Well, this is anybody's guess. He looks to have lost control of that and then drags it back. Oh, this would be disaster. If Oliver Wilkes has been denied, it looks to me as though he may have just knocked on. Surely will they just get the luck that they need?
A try off the bench last week earned him a start here in Gosford. Doesn't look that confident, Oliver Wilkes.
I think he knows that he lost it, but did he get back? Steve McCormack looks on.
Here's the decision. Is this a memorable try for Scotland? It's been awarded, the benefit of the doubt given to Oliver Wilkes. It's Scotland 16, Fiji 16, and our Scotland about to claim their first victory in World Cup history.
Full credit to him. He just took it upon himself. He didn't look that convinced, I must say. It did not look convinced, did he? Danny Brough, can he make history for Scotland?
Steps up. True accuracy from Danny Brough puts Scotland in the lead again. 18 points to 16. Steve McCormack's men move into second in the group. More importantly, perhaps, they could be about to register their first win.
And it all came about from the short kickoff. They got the possession there. Ian Henderson set him off, and the Fisher, the hooker, got them into a great position. And the big fella says, I'll go. He raises the arm. It's convinced the video referee. History is awaiting. Seconds ticking away. Fiji have not gone for the short. They've gone for the defensive line.
The history books are almost 3 minutes away for Scotland. They just need to hold this possession. Fisher surely will not do anything too drastic. Takes the tackle. This is what they need to do.
They've got the smart players out there as well. Ian Henderson, Ben Fisher. He's got them for offside. Not standing square.
Perfect penalty for Scotland.
They won't be rushing this. Oh, it hasn't made it. It has not made the touchline. That's the second mistake with a big kick from Danny Brough. Oh, they didn't want this guy to take the football, Jared Hayne.
As things stand, Scotland play Tonga in Rockhampton on Saturday. But Fiji so dangerous in possession. Bonomataratu, they have tackles in the bank. Scotland need to be vigilant. The offload.
Well, now it's Fiji. They've got to try something, haven't they? 2 points adrift.
Karoy plays the ball. Divarvesi.
Oh, they've got it out wide.
Sukanavetic patted back there by Macaulay.
Well, why on earth did Macaulay put himself out in the centres there? Oh, shocking pass. And that should just about do it.
That surely settles this match for Scotland.
And
Barring
Fiji.
a miracle, if Scotland can keep possession here, the clock is ticking for them. World Cup history awaits for the Bravehearts.
Shocking pass there by the fullback Hayne, and he knows it. And it surprised me that Fiji didn't rush to form the scrum. The clock is still ticking away. They just lost the plot there slightly, and it's still ticking away.
Scotland, remember, just 6 wins in 20 internationals, won just 1 of 7 since 2004, and they have never won a World Cup match.
Play out the 6. Play out the 6, that's all they've got to do. We're into the final seconds.
Michael Robertson plays the ball. This is Ben Fisher. Now it's McNannon. Dangerous close to the line. The Oldham player who played Super League with Harlequins in 2009. McNannon plays the ball. Andrew Henderson. Now it's Morrison who receives a big hit there from Bonomataratu. He won't care too much about that if Scotland go on for this famous win. Ian Henderson.
This one's kicking all the way down to Sydney.
This is Brough. Shuttle dead by Oarte. Surely that's the match for Scotland. Steve McCormack is about to taste victory in the World Cup for the first time. The clock has stopped with 2 seconds left. Dramatic final stages in a dramatic game here in Gosford.
And fully deserved. They have worked overtime. They know they're not going any further in this World Cup, but they have made history for their country.
Danny Brough showing that, of course, the margin won't be enough. Scotland will finish second in the group. So that try from Oliver Wilkes is the hooter sounds. They will just go to ground. Ben Fisher and Scotland have their first win in World Cup history. It's the end of the tournament for the Bravehearts and Steve McCormack, but they have come to Australia in 2008 and they have done what no other Scottish team has done before against a tough Fiji side who showed so much against France. It's Scotland who emerged victorious in Gosford. They've won this one by 18 points to 16.
So confirmation of a good morning for Scotland. They've beaten Fiji by 18 points to 6, thanks to tries from John Steele, Michael Robertson and Oliver Wilkes, with the winner, Danny Brough, with 3 goals. Fiji beaten going into that semi-final qualifier. And this is how the table looks then, the final Pool 2 table. Fiji winning that by virtue of a superior points difference to Scotland and France, who both finished with just the 1 win and 2 points. So coming up this weekend, this is what it means for the 2008 Rugby League World Cup. It's the Scotland against Tonga from 6:15 on Saturday morning, Sky Sports 2. That's the 7th, 8th playoff. That's followed by Pool 1 match between England and New Zealand from 8 a.m. the build up there on Sky Sports 2 also. On Sunday morning, it's the 9th, 10th playoff between France and Samoa. Who would have thought Samoa and France would have been playing it out for 9th and 10th place? 6:15 on Sky Sports 2. That's followed on the same channel by Australia's latest effort against Papua New Guinea. 8:30 on Monday morning, the semi-final qualifier will be between Fiji and Ireland from 8:30 on Sky Sports 2, and the winner of that one will make up the 4th semi-finalist. So brave efforts from Scotland and Ireland this morning. Ireland have a lot to celebrate, don't they just? Huge win really against Samoa, 34 points to 16. Scotland, not quite such a good morning.